Let's go through this program line by line. We start with #include iostream. This allows us to use input and output functions like cin and cout. Next, we have using namespace std. This lets us use standard library functions directly without writing std every time. Now, the program begins with int main. This is the entry point where execution starts. Inside main, we first declare an integer variable n, which will store the number of elements in the array. Then we display a message using cout, asking the user to enter the number of elements. With c in n, the value entered by the user is stored in n. Next, we declare an array, int arr, n. This creates space for n integers, depending on the number the user entered. After that, we use a for loop to take input. The loop runs from 0 up to n, and in each iteration we read one element into the array using c and arr, I. Once the input is complete, we print the message, array elements are. Then another for loop is used to display all the stored elements. Each element is printed using cout arr, I, separated by spaces. Finally, we add cout and l, to move to the next line, and return 0 to indicate successful completion of the program. Now, to run this program in the terminal, type backhand index pointing right gcc filename.cpp. This compiles the C++ code and produces an output file called a.out. To execute the program, you type backhand index pointing right /a.out. And the program runs, asking for input and showing the result. But wait, let's see what happens if we remove the line using namespace std. Now, if we compile and run the code, the terminal shows an error. That's because cin, cout, and endl actually belong to the std namespace. So to fix this, we must write std cin, std cout and std endl everywhere in the program. If we make this change and run it again, the program works fine without errors. So there are two ways. One. Either add std in front of every input and output statement, which is a bit lengthy. Or 2. Simply write using namespace std, once at the top, which makes the code much easier and cleaner. So overall, this program takes the size of an array from the user, stores the elements, and then prints all of them back on the screen.